And it's the Suns coming in from out of town on this one, an interconference game today. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. And it's the Suns to start out. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Markieff Morris is out there with Chandler. Then there's Insanity. Then there's Baller. And it's Knight in at the 2 guard. Chandler a screen. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Just 5 to shoot. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Chandler's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Suns.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Stolen away. And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. Now that's how to finish the play. Rubel with the ball.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Knight passes to Baller. Morris a screen. The feed to Livingston. The 3. And Oladipo pulls it down.
You can't get into much better position for the 3 than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Chandler against Vucevic. At the elbow, it's Harris. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Livingston dishes to Morris. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Livingston kicks to Gordon. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Baller will not go. This is off the front iron. And again, Tobias Harris.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Goes up from the top of the key. Offensive rebound. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got his second bucket.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
And Oladipo kicks to Livingston. He feeds it to Gordon. Puts it up from 12 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Gordon's got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. The Amway Center here in Orlando didn't see a lot of wins last season. Magic really struggled at times. Surprisingly, Greg, in this building.
Yeah, a young team still haven't yet established their identity. Only 13 wins at home. And really that inability to defend that home court is why they fell out of the playoff hunt early.
Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far. You know, what's a bit alarming for the Magic at home is that it was a step back from the previous season. I mean, for a team that's supposed to be young and improving, They shouldn't be getting worse at home year to year.
His first make, and, you know, maybe that will get him going.
Here is Livingston. Can't hit from in close.
And a big problem for the Magic at home was that they just didn't protect the rim. I mean, they would end with the second worst home field goal percentage against. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
I'd hit them both.
Listen, no doubt the Suns were a competitive team a season ago, especially against that Eastern Conference. It took 18 wins out of the 30 contests they had against these.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Now, here is Knight. Pass to Livingston. 6 on the shot clock. Baseline try. That's good. Livingston's got 5. The Suns did win the games they were supposed to against the East, as you were talking about, Greg. They had no problem with any team, Clark, as you look back on the Eastern Conference.
Well, you look at the record there against the East, 18-12 against that conference, 9-7 against the playoff teams in the East. Only one of 9 teams in the entire league that could claim that.
Phoenix with the ball. The Magic getting the bucket. Here's Baller. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And something we don't see nearly as much as we used to, the finger roll.
Here's Livingston. The shot misses, and Phoenix will come the other way. Here is Livingston. He has 5. Baller, defended by Gordon. Baller passes to Chandler. Here's the 3. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Feeds it to Livingston. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Harris against Knight. Shoots from 12. Good. And that's now 6 points for Tobias Harris.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Morris a screen. Outside Knight. And stolen by Harris. And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. Brings down the breakaway slam.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Phoenix calls timeout. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Suns trail by 11.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Here's Weems. Here's Tucker. Phoenix no good that time either.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg. You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
Here's Azania. Payton outside. Dishes to Dedmon. To the wing right side. There's a good screen. The shot by Payton. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Here's Weems. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game, and stolen by Fry. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Payton gets the bucket. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
1:33 left in the first quarter.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Offensive rebound, Brown, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
Here's Payton after Eric Bledsoe's score. Here's Hezonja. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Hezonja's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Suns trail by 19. Bledsoe kicks to Weems. Fires the three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Here's Hezonja to the inside. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves. You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Dedmon kicks to Fournier. One second left. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. Guys, we've seen the Magic really take control here.
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. We've got Chandler. Insanity is out there with Brandon Knight. Then there's Warren, and it's Baller in at the 3. Now, here's Watson. Back to Oladipo. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. He kicks to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. The baseline jumper goes down. Gordon's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Magic. Suns trail by 20. Knight dishes to Chandler from the line. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Chandler's got his second bucket.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Now, here's Oladipo. Back to Vucevic. Connects on the 17-footer.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yeah, well said.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And one thing that Phoenix had for them last season was depth. A very good bench, and they provided a good scoring punch when called upon.
Well, Phoenix did have a strong bench, best scoring bench in the NBA in terms, Clark, of points per minute play.
Yeah, and it really helped them, that bench strength, keep the pace of the game up. They were third in the league in fast break points last year.
Knocked away. Stolen by Warren. To the paint. Takes it from 10. The shot by Knight, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And the basket by Gordon.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
And the Suns call time. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you'll love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win, the consummate pro and team player.
And that one's good.
It's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
To the middle. Now the dish to Watson. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Here is Livingston. He's covered by Watson. They get it back. Warren kicks to Chandler. It's stolen by Vucevic. Watson, the pass to Harris. Watson dishes to Vucevic. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Watson. Orlando needs to get off a shot. That's tipped. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Markieff Morris is checked in for Phoenix. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Watson up top. On the wing, Harris. It's tipped. Pass to Livingston. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Suns trail by 16. Passes it to Baller. Chandler a screen. Baller can't get it to go. Nice D from Oladipo. Harris kicks to Watson. Harris a screen on Morris. Dishes it to Oladipo. The Magic again can't hit.
High quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him SHHing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. Now here's Watson. He's guarded closely. They set the pick. Up top, Oladipo. He's guarded by Knight. And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Buried from 15 feet out. Vucevic has got 4 this quarter.
And a big height advantage right there.
You know, it's tough to bring a big man that far away from the goal, but that might be a mismatch they're willing to live with.
Morris a screen. Livingston passes to Baller, and he gets it to go. Baller's got his second basket of the game.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Count it, and the Orlando lead has been cut back down to 14 on those points from Livingston. The Magic have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Well, the Magic knew that last season would be one, Greg, for development. A young team like they had needs to grow before they can really compete.
And you touched upon it, Kevin. They really were a young team last season. Third youngest team in the league by the end of the year. How about an average age of just over 24 years old?
Watson for 3, and the shot is good. Watson's got 7 points.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Here is Livingston. He's covered by Watson. Drains it from 17 feet out. 13 points for Insanity.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Watson kicks to Gordon. Harris outside. He dishes it to Vucevic. The feed to Watson. 5 on the clock. Magic moving the ball around. Left side, Knight. And he uses the glass on the layup.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Now here is Harris. He's got 6. Watson kicks to Oladipo. Vucevic is screen on Knight. Oladipo dishes to Vucevic. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Vucevic has got 6 points. Suns trail by 15.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Baller. Chandler is screen. Here's Baller. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Here's Oladipo. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Knight passes to Livingston. The three-pointer no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Now here is Harris. Kicks it to Watson. The 3. Misses the hole, and he's now 3 for 4.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
Vucevic with the bucket.
They have got to box out better than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
Now here's Knight. Baller guarded by Harris. Here's Baller. That one rolling around and rims out.
The spin freed him up, but he just couldn't follow through with the shot.
Harris kicks to Oladipo. From the arc. And that does it for the first half of play. Orlando out in front, up by 15. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Nick, you guys had a strong first half. What do you think made the difference?
It was just we played aggressive and try to be present in there. Everybody, not just me, but all the guys. And that's all we need to do, you know, when we start the game up right, and we can build a pretty nice lead like tonight we did.
Well done, Nick. We appreciate it. Guys, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Out in front at the half is Orlando. They lead by 15. And let's go to Kenny. What'd you think of their first half?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
On defense, they've been all over the place, especially when it comes time to protecting the rim. They struggle in a lot of areas, but they got to toughen up inside. It's a tough matchup for them right now, but that interior presence has to improve if they want to chip away at that deficit.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
What a good quarter of basketball for Insanity. He has 15 points and 1 steal as well. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Orlando, Oladipo and Harris are the wings. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. And it's Livingston in at the 1 spot. And Victor Oladipo with the elite athleticism and versatility to be a perennial all-star. We've seen the second-year phenom line up as a 1. He's played off guard. He's even played a little small forward in his time in the league.
And he has that quickness, length, and power combo to be a lockdown defender at all of those positions as well. So that's why he was the co-defensive player of the year coming out of college.
You know, back to Oladipo, he has a tremendously quick first step. Finished second in the slam dunk contest to Zach LaVine. Some dunks he's had in regular season play, downright nasty.
Knight hits them both.
And talking about Oladipo's explosiveness, we're starting to see it in his overall scoring as well. Had his first back-to-back 30-point games this year against Chicago and Houston. If he keeps improving at this rate, could be an all-NBA first-teamer before he's through.
Here is Livingston. There's the triple. Kept alive. Suns trail by 13. Here is Livingston. Here's Chandler. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Chandler's got 6 points.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
No problem knocking that one down. 9 points for Tobias Harris.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
It's stolen by Oladipo. Down low. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Oladipo. And that's now 11 points for Tobias Harris. The Suns shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Here's Livingston from out on the wing. He knocks it down. He's got 17. The Magic leading by 14. Deflects the pass. Inside, here's Baller. And here comes Livingston, leading the fast break. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Livingston.
The first free throw is good. The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. It's soon that will have to be the goal as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Fry comes in for Aaron Gordon, and it's Payton in for Victor Oladipo.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
And Phoenix pushing it up now. Clanking it by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. 8 points for Brandon Knight.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And overall, this Orlando franchise has been pretty consistent in making the playoffs. They've had 14 playoff trips since the inception of the franchise back in 1989. Given how hard it can be for expansion teams, you have to say that's a solid mark.
Here is Livingston. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket. And it's Harris off the drive. Good on the shot. Harris has got 13 points.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket. Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
For the Magic, Wayne Dedman comes in for Vucevic, and it's Hezonja in for Tobias Harris. Here's Bledsoe. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
But the margin of error is history.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Now here's Len. Back to Bledsoe. The rebound by Hezonja.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Feeds to Fry. Lets it go with the three. They grab their own miss.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Suns trail by 14. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Bledsoe. And too long on the shot.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Payton outside. Four on the clock. They set the pick. Jumper off the screen. No luck. So Phoenix will take it the other way.
Frozen. Guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Here's Lure, guarded by Fry. And Lure gets it to go.
I'm sure they're satisfied with that possession, guys. Very nice shot that time. One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the two sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
Here's Bledsoe. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Livingston dishes to Payton. Magic moving the ball around. Here's Hezonja. Here's Fry. Len grabs the board.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Weems. The shot no good. Good D by Payton. Orlando leading by 14. The dish to Livingston. To the middle. Shots good by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 6.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Bledsoe outside. There's the screen. Misses off the left iron.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
That's good. 5 points in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Len. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Timeout. Start it. Timeout on the court. Charge score.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. But what a season for Alex Len last year. Came in looking to find a spot for the team, and he made huge jumps in his game.
And I think it correlated with his minutes going up as well. I mean, played a lot more minutes, and he's a very complete big guy. With the added minutes, the production has gone up as expected.
And, you know, you can expect young big men to improve over time, but I didn't think anyone expected Len to jump ahead so fast.
Fournier's checked in for the Wizard. And the Suns here with a different look. Baller, he's checked in for Len. Markieff Morris comes in for P.J. Tucker. Insanity, he's checked in for Sonny Weems. And Knight subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Magic leading by 15.
And a final remark, guys, on Len. I mean, his defense was the big benefactor. I mean, he was a force in the paint and developed into a really solid rim protector.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. And they double up Payton. And Fournier kicks to Fry. Here's Hezonja. Knocks down the 3 ball. Hezonja's got 6 points.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Knight passes to Livingston. Right wing. Here's Lure. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Suns trail by 18. Outside Knight. He feeds it to Livingston. Clock at 6. From deep. It's hauled in by the Magic. Lasagna's got his 3rd rebound on the night. He kicks it to Payton. Taken away. Goes up, and Knight slams it in.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Payton dishes to Dedmon to the wing right side. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Orlando making some changes. Gordon's checked in for Fry. And it's Oladipo in for Lasagna. Now the pass to Gordon. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 3 assists now in this one.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Now, here is Knight. He's got 12. Here's Lure. Count it from 12. Lure's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And guys, with the Suns last year, you know, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
Oladipo goes in, takes it into the teeth of the knee, and converts the layup. Oladipo's got 6. Suns trail by 18. Out to the right wing. Here's Baller, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 8 points for him. Well, as our listeners and our viewers know, we love analytics, and pace is how many possessions you see during an average game. The Suns were close, Clark, to 100.
Yeah, only the Rockets and Warriors played at a higher pace than the Suns did, Kevin. And pushing the pace is really when they were most effective.
Just 5 to shoot. Fournier for 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. 51 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Here is Livingston. 17 points in the game. Morris kicks to Lure. Morris against Gordon. Here's Baller. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 4th rebound in this one. Fournier, that's for 2. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Fournier's got his first 2 points. We've got 22 seconds left in the 3rd. Payton against Knight. Out left to the wing. Livingston passes to Baller. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Suns have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And he makes the first. Both teams deciding to change it up. He hits one, then misses the 2nd attempt from the free throw line. Watson with it. A 3-ball. No good on the buzzer beater. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Magic lead by 17. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Bledsoe. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. They've got P.J. Tucker. Chandler out there with Warren. Then it's Sonny Weems. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1. Now, here's Warren. Puts it up from 15. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Oladipo, here we go. Here's Vucevic. Chandler with the steal. And now the Suns, a fast break. Warren with the ball. Pass to Chandler. Tries from 10. Chandler with another miss. Magic leading by 17. Harris kicks to Livingston. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And that's now 11 points for the Wizards.
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
They set the pick. Outside Chandler. To the middle. Here's Tucker. Finds the open look, and it's on target.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Poke loose. Stolen by Bledsoe. For the finish. Got a hand on it. The second effort. A nice shot by Tucker. Orlando's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Oladipo dishes to Vucevic. That's good. And the Magic lead by 18.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
The Suns have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Warren kicks to Weems. And Vucevic pulls it down.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Livingston, no luck.
Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Here's Bledsoe. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Here's Warren. Off target with his 3.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here is Livingston. Fires from 18. It's hauled in by Warren.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Now here's Bledsoe. Tries from 16. And the shot falls short this time. Oladipo, the pass to Livingston. Dishes it to Harris. Oladipo sets the screen for Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Suns. Chandler's got his 5th rebound in this one. Suns trail by 18. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Weems dishes to Chandler. Now here's Bledsoe. Bledsoe with another miss.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Now here's Bledsoe. Shot from the top of the key, and he hits the jump shot. Bledsoe's got 4 points this quarter. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Well, the Phoenix Suns came up short in their playoff hopes again last year. They went 17-24, Clark, on the road, and that didn't help them out.
Not at all, and you factor in a 6-game road losing streak to end the year. That pretty much closed the door on postseason for them.
And the Suns here with a different look. Alex Len's checked in for T.J. Warren. Baller comes in for P.J. Tucker. Heights checked in for Sonny Weems. And it's Insanity in for Eric Bledsoe. Here is Livingston. Up top, Fry. Harris kicks to Oladipo. Looking to get it going. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Now, here is Knight. Baller, guarded by Harris. Chandler. It's hauled in by Harris.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Livingston kicks to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo again missing. Suns trail by 18. Here is Livingston. Passes it to Baller. Glenn, a screen. Now the feed to Livingston. Beyond the arc. That is good. Livingston's got 20. Orlando leading by 15. Over to the wing. Here's Livingston. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Here's Knight. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
It's been a nice game for Knight. He has 12 points and 5 assists. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Knight hits them both.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college. The kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing for someone else. And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Here's Oladipo. Tries again, and the layup is up and in. 17 points for the Wizard. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points. You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams.
Harris passes to Vucevic. Tipped away. Chandler with the steal. Here's Livingston. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 6 assists in the game.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Now, here's Oladipo. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Timeout.
Phoenix timeout.
Start it.
Phoenix calls timeout.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple Throw it down inside or run some pick and roll up top.
As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5-2. I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well, and he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass, with his passing, or his defense.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I had a chance to find out what Jeff Hornacek was discussing with his players. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make the simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
Here's Knight. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Magic leading by 11. Oladipo dishes to Livingston. And Vucevic kicks to Livingston. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
On defense, the Suns, after the three-pointer from Victor Oladipo.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Orlando's gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight, just a little over 40%. 1:27 left in the fourth. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Checking out the game Victor Oladipo is having. He's got 11 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. We've got 1:23 left to play in the final quarter.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Orlando.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And the basket by Harris.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's stolen by Oladipo. Here is Livingston. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The kick out to Oladipo. Back to Vucevic. He dishes it to Harris. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
We give the nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting